Hi there, it's Karen. I'm sitting here on my bed. This is where I write. It's also where I dream. And last night I was having so many weird dreams. I used to have a lot of tornado dreams. When I lived in Canada, there was a lot of tornadoes that would rip through. And when I was a child, I saw tornadoes as well. And I always had a real fascination with them. Of course, I went and saw, Twister. And I like all the storm chasing stuff, and I love anything that's extraordinary and unexplainable. And that is a tornado. Science sort of thinks they have it figured out, and they kind of know the conditions that a tornado happens, and so the storm chasers can kind of get ahead of it a little bit. But for the most part, they don't quite have it figured out. It still does a lot of destruction, which is awful, but it's still magnificent. I love them. So I used to have a lot of dreams about tornadoes when I was around them a lot more. Since being in sunny LA, the dreams aren't quite as vivid like that. But of course, things that go on in my day always get incorporated into my dreams somehow. Some are wanted, some are not wanted. But last night I was having dreams. I tend to have these kind of recurring dreams where some of the people I haven't seen for a long time show up in them, and sometimes it's confusing, sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's whatever. But I've done all the dream books. I've gone that route where you try to decipher them all, and I'm just like, whatever, okay, it's just what my brain was stirring up when I was sleeping, whatever. But then I saw a quote. I was reading up on dreams today, and I saw a quote from this lady, Marcia Norman, who she said, "Dreams are illustrations from the book your soul is writing about you." And for the first time, I had this light bulb go off over my head. It's like, okay, we all know dreams are pictures. It's like a movie, a moving picture. But isn't it weird that the word movie came from moving picture? Movie. If you think about that word too long, it's weird. But I know that dreams are these stills coming to life, and I understand all that. But when she said, "From the book your soul is writing about you," it spurred a lot of thoughts, and I went deep into my philosophical mode. That's what I'm going to share with you. What an interesting concept that my soul should be writing things about me while I sleep. I am at a place where I feel highly connected to my soul. I like to think I am in touch with my spirit. I don't mean in some bizarre, new agey kind of way. I mean I don't feel a disconnect between what my soul wants and how things are going. There's an accordance and a friendship between us. Harmony, if you will. But I have recurring dreams. There are a few people specifically who I haven't seen in a long time. They have significant roles in the book my soul is writing about me. The reason I find this quote so compelling is because it's saying, from the book your soul is writing about you, not the book your soul is writing to you, about you. Isn't that interesting? Never really thought about it this way. For many years we have all had massive discussions, and of course there's been thousands of books on dreams written about what our dreams are telling us. But Marcia's quote made me think both deeply, yet in a more simple fashion. My soul is busy writing about me. How exciting is this? Think about it. Your soul is writing while you sleep, illustrating while you rest. They involve our adrenaline and our energy, yet allow us to take a break while they take over. I find this extraordinarily exciting because this means my soul is not satisfied with the level of creativity I am at in a day. It doesn't bother to ask me for permission. It is taking the bull by the horns and writing my book. It wishes I could be more involved, but goes forward anyway. I think this is the reason why dreams often don't make sense. The soul doesn't deal in the realm of logic like our waking moments, where the brain is involved. It simply goes off on its own tangent, not necessarily making any sense, but moving forward with boundless energy. When a child plays, they really don't think logically, they react playfully. Our dreams do this too. The imagination goes off and plays, jumps rooms, buildings, time and space, universes perhaps. This is a huge revelation for me. It means I don't have to wake up and decipher every moment. I don't have to pull out every dream book to figure out what my dreams are telling me. Like a child, we can sit on a sofa and watch them play while we flip channels. Every so often, we intercept to add some order and logic, but we can't control every illogical action in their day. They are there figuring it out, playing, grabbing life, learning, and discovering. Now, society likes to have order, and of course, some is needed, but a law has never been put in place saying we should sit on a couch and flip channels. That is our own program. I think dreams aren't there to do the job of a gypsy with a crystal ball. A person can drive themselves batty, reading countless books on what their dreams mean. Maybe dreams mean that our inner child is alive. Like the child, it has good days, bad days, bouts of fit, frustration, sadness, and fear. Sometimes they need us to be involved. Sometimes they need to be left alone to play. I'm starting to think the disconnect between my dreams and my reality is my unwillingness to play. Some people will suggest lucid dreaming, etc. Some people will suggest lucid dreaming, etc. While you can, that's where you can actually involve yourself, in your dream. Well, this is all good and fine, but what if your days are still mundane and completely boring compared to your dreams? You wake up, well, same old brown room. Are we so busy looking for some of our life to be exciting to offset the bland times? Should we continue to take drugs, go through hypnosis, drink ourselves into a state of ecstasy at night to make our dreams really super interactive? Doesn't this newly found rainbow at night only bring darker clouds to the day? What if, like the playful child, we actually took our shoes off during the day and ran through the mud? What if, while raking the leaves, we made a big pile and jumped into it from a tall tree? What if we put on a snowsuit and made snow angels? My point, and I do have one, is there has to be a way that we can make our days more exciting and more enjoyable than our dreams. Exciting dreams and fantasies can be super fun, but waking up to a brown room can take the wind out of our sails. For me, I used to like my dreams more than my days. That can be dangerous. It can throw you back to bed. Maybe we don't want our days as exciting as our dreams, but certainly we can strive to make them more enjoyable so that we don't have this massive disappointment when we wake up in the morning. I am working towards alleviating my soul a bit so it won't be confused while writing our book, and maybe then I can partner with it instead of giving it all the work. I do like that it's just another way our inner child is calling us to the spirit of play. I signed off today, painting my own stars on my ceiling and writing my own story in the dirt. I saw another quote from Marcia that I tacked onto the end here, and it says, "People do think that if they avoid the truth, it might change to something better before they have to hear it." Yeah, we just stay in the imaginary world. We don't have to know anything that's going on around us. I think for me, I'm really trying very hard to embrace everything life has. I don't think we have to make our days a blockbuster movie, but we should be enjoying them. We should be enjoying all of it, and we should be channeling the stuff that we don't enjoy. Not disregarding it, but channeling it. And that's where art, music, creative writing, some people just like to work on their cars or just, go out and garden or whatever. There has to be a way that you can take the frustration and fear and all those anxieties in your day and make it more enjoyable. We shouldn't be fighting all our days and enjoying our nights. Now, for some of us, we have nightmares, and then we wake up to a real nightmare. And that's awful, too. So I think that's when, quite often, that inner child is dying. And while I don't think that the inner child ever dies, I think it can be really crippled. And there's got to be a way that we can save our inner child so it can save us. And there has to be a way that we can start enjoying our days so that we're not longing to go back to bed to have some enjoyment. We're not longing to go out to a club on a Saturday night to have some enjoyment. We're not longing to take a drug to have some enjoyment. We're not going to drink ourselves into an oblivion to have some enjoyment. That we can take in all that life has and enjoy every single minute of it. So that's what I'm striving towards. So my soul is a messy painter. It really is. I wish I could take all the dreams that I have and show you them in a film. Some of you would be shocked and others of you would feel right at home, I'm sure. But I'm working to make it so that my days have as much fulfillment as possible. Maybe not necessarily as much excitement as my dreams, but the inner child is calling, and I'm ready to shut off the remote control and get down on the floor and play with it. So I encourage you guys to do the same thing. Whatever you can do in your day today that you can get in touch with that inner child would be awesome. All right. So I thought I'd share that with you, and I will talk to you guys again tomorrow, okay? Till next time, rock on.